Welcome back to my channel. This is Anne from La Bella Donna Vintage Creations, and I put a few things up on my desk here, and I would love to make some clusters, but I don't know where we're going to go with it. We might make a little bit of clusters. We might make some things with images on it. We might just see if I can do a little bit more color in some of these things. I really didn't put in a plan here today, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to just start and see where it takes us. I need some stuff in my stash anyway, so no matter what I make, it's going to be used eventually. So let's just go for it. So I have a lot of laces and trims on the side here, scraps of all kinds, and I thought we would use some of those. I'm going to move this out to the side. I have some images. Maybe we will be using some of those because they're really pretty. Some of them are like in stamp type of a look. We'll put those here. And so I have a variety. I just emptied out a big envelope of stuff that I had. And I thought, you know what, let's just go for it. Let's just go where it takes us and see what happens today. Okay, so I have got, what I thought, I've got some music. I've got a little bit of everything. And I am just going to set it up here and just grab for it and see what we come up with. Okay. Anyway, I hope everybody is doing well today. It's turned out to be kind of a nice day out. And at first I just, wanted to come down here and get a little bit of things organized. And then I saw this stuff and I thought, you know what? I have to get rid of some of this stuff that's on this table, and it's just making it harder and harder to work. And as I said before, I have a really limited space for working down here. If I bring everything upstairs, that would be fine too, but then it's up and down bringing things. And then if I forget something down here, it just seems to be more of a waste of time going up and down the stairs. So let me just make sure that we've got our lighting where we want it. See if we get that. Okay, that should work. What I took out was some 6x, whoops, ooh, sorry about that. I should be getting, there we go. That should be better. I bumped into my lighting there. What I decided to do was to take out some, this is a little bit less than cardstock. It's not exactly cardstock, but I had gotten it in a package at an estate sale. And I thought, you know what, they had a few colors in it, and I thought it would be really nice backing for some of these. And, whatever color we decide to work on. So I thought how I was going to do that was, let me take, for instance, let's take this, the pink, and we'll put this on the side here. Now we can use all kinds of goodies. I've got some music. This is a tag that I had put together and sewn, but I haven't decorated. So I thought I'd put it there and maybe it'll get lucky today. So let's just take some of these out of the way because I have too much here to work with. Okay, I got some black in there too. There's some odd coloring. I don't use a lot of these type of colors, but anyway, we'll do this anyway. So I'm going to take out my little cutter, and I'm thinking that I would like to make some small things, more into the range of like you would do if you were making a cluster. And so let's do it. We'll have some fabrics, some laces, some trims. We'll have some music. We'll just, just kind of go for it. All right, I'm going to cut this down at 3 inches, like so. And I'm going to set that here for a moment. And I thought, let me just cut some of this out here. Let me do it this way. Hold on. I'm going to use this I don't know, what are they called? It's a Fisker's paper edgers. So I'm going to see if that'll do anything that I like. Just trying it out, see what it does, if I'm interested or not. And I'm giving myself enough room just in case I'm not. Okay, so let's see here. It could give a nice backing. So I just want a little bit of that edging to show. So let's just do this. So, and then maybe around here, just a little bit. And that gives it a little bit of a frame. So I think that might be nice. And now I would like to take my corner punch and let me just corner around some of these, this middle here. Okay, that looks nice. So I'm going to put that there. And then I have some vintage photo. I'm sorry for all these shadows here today. Maybe that'll help a little bit. I'm just going to give it a little bit of an edging. I always like to do that. I think that gives it a little, you know, depth and interest. I was watching Tina on Shabby Dabby Doodah last night, and she was making clusters. And I thought, oh, they look so nice to make. What I love about watching her is I especially love watching people that do things that I'm not comfortable to do. She uses color like a star. I swear, she does such a beautiful job in doing that, and it looks so stunning when she uses bright colors. And I'm not used to using bright colors, so therefore, I get a little bit intimidated, I have to say. And she does it beautifully. Whatever she does looks just gorgeous. So I'm wanting to use that, and I also thought that I might want to put a little bit of let's put a little bit of music paper, see if that looks like anything, and it may not, but we can try, right? Let's see if we could do that. Okay. And as we're working on these, I'm thinking that I would like to add some let's see what we have here. Let's see. We want to put a little bit of that here, and then put some of this here. Just trying to I don't know. Let's try it. This is really pretty. I'm going to just cut this off because this is just gorgeous. I got this off of a dress or a shirt or something, but it's got embroidery on the side and it looks so pretty. I'll keep that for something else. Okay. And then we'll do this. Okay. So let's glue this down right here. Okay. There. I'm going to cut this down here. I hope everybody is having a good day. Okay. I had come down here and started something earlier, and wouldn't you know it, as usual, something always happens, and I just never learn, because what happened is I wound up yakking on a mile a minute and found out that this wasn't even running. So, you know, just a typical me. So it has happened, and I think, oh my goodness. I did it again. But you know what? I'm so my little telephone. Is what I use. I use my telephone, and the telephone has the buttons on the side, and when I put the thing that holds the phone over my table, it presses an extra button for some reason. I guess it does, and it winds up messing up things for me, and it stops. But that's okay. We're here. We're making it. So now, let's see. We're gonna do a little bit of a scrunchy thing here. Let's do that. What I want to do is see if I can just knock out a few of these using some of the stuff that I have up here on my work table, and see if we can, have some little extra stuff that we can use later on in our journals. And we can, maybe. We'll see. Let's look. We've got a lot of goodies here. Got a nice piece of gorgeous lace. A lot of these appliques and such that I use come from Crafty Me Shop, and I find so many beautiful things from her, and oh my gosh, I just love it. So that is, can't go wrong there. She has a Facebook group. You'd have to go on to her Facebook group, Crafty Me Shop, and then they'll give you all the instructions there. And she does her payment by PayPal. So she'll get that information from you, and then you'll be able to buy at that sale. So it is something to think about. Now, let me look. I think I have some little pictures, so I want to kind of look at those. Where are they? Here they go. Maybe I could put a little picture in there of something. Let me see here. When I was selling soap, for a while there I was selling soap. And what I liked to do was to find all these great tags and take them, cut them all out, and put them in a big bag, and I would put them as tags on the soap because I thought that was pretty. And let's see here. Well, she is kind of pretty there. Why not? Let's see. That'll work, maybe. I'm going to keep these close so I don't lose them. Some of them are not as vintage looking as others. So let me see. I think she could look kind of pretty there. And that would be pretty. Now I have a piece of paper folded if you were to want to use it as a cluster, or wanted to use it in front of maybe a little booklet that you're making. This could be really cute. It's got a little bit of dimension to it. It's got some different design in there. I like it. So let's go for it. I'm going to just do a little bit more distressing. Okay. There. And I think she looks really pretty there. Let me see if I want to put a little bit of something under her. I may. Let's see if I have a... let's see. Thought I had something earlier. Let me keep looking for it. Maybe here it is. Got it. Got it. I don't know if I'm going to use it, but let's see. And if I put her on it there, no. Nope, just that simple. It just doesn't, it wasn't right. So let's just do her and maybe another piece of lace on top of that. Let's do that because she is really she's stunning. Let's just do it. And then we'll have one done. Yay. Maybe, maybe not. there. And I wonder if we'll put it here maybe on the corner. I think that would be kind of pretty. Yeah. So has everybody been going to different programs? Oh, goodness gracious. Anybody been going to some programs with the children from schools? I know everybody's having something going on now. I know my granddaughters have, and we've been going to them, and they're going to go on next week too. Well, there's one. We've got that done. We'll put that over here, and we'll start another. We went to something yesterday, which was just lovely. I love to see these young people doing their musical instruments and just being so wonderful at what they do. I get a kick out of them. They're amazing. And, that's what, and you love to see that because you love to see that kids are out there doing something meaningful. And I'm so for that. So let's see, what have we got here? We have her, and she's so pretty. Let's see what we can do with her. Now we have the music. We have Paris, but we can make that smaller. Let's see if we could do that better, because this is way too big. Okay. Yeah, but now we need all of the other zhuzhy things in there. Or would we want this? Okay. Well, let's start by cutting her out. Let me get my other scissor here. Better yet, let me do this. Okay. Here. I think I'm going to bring this down a ways. And in a bit. And take that trim off the top. Oops. There you go. I think that's better. How big do I want this? Maybe like so. Get rid of some of this edging, make it nice and rough. Nice. And then some distress ink on both. There. Nice. Good. Great. So into this, we have her. So that's a start. Now we need a background. Where do we want to do this? Now this is a really pretty one here. Let's see. That's very pretty. That's more for, I really love that. Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous. Now I think what I'm going to do is take off this section. So let me do that and save it for something else. Let's try that. Let's do maybe this. Okay, we'll save this. Okay. Great. Okay. Okay, now we need to put some laces and trims and doily and goodies in here. So let's start. Now here's a really gorgeous piece of, it's handmade for sure. It's just, let me just do this, sorry. Got everything in front of me because otherwise I'll lose everything as usual. So this I got at an estate sale, and when I see stuff like this that is so delicate, I have to get it. It's just, my God, they're so beautiful. So I'm going to take a piece of this off. Let's see, we'll take this first off and start with that. See what we see here. Okay. And she will be here. You know, another thing I'm going to do is round the corners. Let me do that. I like that look too. Here, whoop, whoop. Okay. There, I like that. She's pretty. Now there's another bigger piece that I may want to use, like so. That might work better. Okay, so I'm just getting things kind of organized a little bit to see if this is what I want to do. I hate to use the whole big doily, I really do. Let's see here, what else have I got? Okay. There's another nice doily. Try that. Now, I'm not going to use, again, the whole thing there either, but maybe a part of it, which can be pretty. But I like that other one better, I think. This one is just stunning. Okay. Let's try that. About like here. Because I might make... Here, let me do that too. Let me just do this all while I'm thinking about it. I'm going to round these corners off just the same. Get that base the way I want it first. I can always see it better when it looks the way I want it. Okay, so now there, and then there's here, and I would maybe like to put something in here. I'll see. And now I want something in between those two. So I am thinking of something kind of see-through. And that could be just this piece of netting maybe. I don't know. Or maybe this one that's a little bit thicker, which you may like a little better. Could be. Got string everywhere. Okay, let's see. Got this, which will give it a little bit of contrast. Let me see if I can use just a little bit of this in there. This is some gauze in a mauve color. Let's just check it out. Okay. There, let it just drape out a little bit, like so. And then this way. Okay. And then we can put that gauze right here. Not gauze, but a netting here. We can do that and then put her. I think so. Let's start with what we've got here. That's the only way. Oh, I need a glue stick. So let me do that. Alrighty. Get that down there. I have to do this in pieces, otherwise it seems to scoot away from me. So, okay. There. And there. And now the music. Like this. Okay. Good. Let me see how we do. Oh, let's get you down there. There we go. Now we've got a little bit of a foundation now going. Okay. But I'm thinking I might want to have something coming down on the bottom. So I'm going to look over here for something. Like maybe this. You know. And let me see if she would look good there then. Let's try it. I don't know. I like that idea of the almost like a gathered skirt look. I really always like that on the bottom. It just looks nice. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to use this so I don't destroy my fingertips. Burned myself really good the other day. And my taking stuff out of the oven, it was so funny because my granddaughter gives me this, one of her really bright Band-Aids. It was hysterical. It was all these neon colors. But, you know, it was cute. Yeah, she takes care of me, that little one. Okay, so now we've got this down. Okay, so we've got a really good background. Oh, let's do this. Because if I don't do it now, I will forget it. Because that's way too white for the back of this. Okay, that's better. Okay, so we're looking nice. And then we have some other pretties that we might be able to use. And then getting her down there might even be... Okay, I like this idea. So we're going to take this first. This is a piece again of Crafty Me Shop. This was ribbon, I believe. It was a real wide ribbon, just stunning. And I love to use it. I'm going to be using all of it, and then I probably won't be able to find it again because, you know, sometimes she gets such a good amount of it, but then, you know, everybody wants it, she sells it, and then she has to look for it again. So, whoops, let me make sure that I'm where I need to be. Am I here? Okay, there we go. And now I've got this little piece of netting. So we're going to just do that, like right about there, I think. Let's do that. And see if I can spread it out a little bit. Yeah. And then we can put her in there like that because she's very pretty. Okay. I like to use hot glue most of the time. It dries quick. I don't have to worry about waiting for it to dry or it coming up. And so that's what I use most of the time, especially when I'm doing something like this. I have used the white glue. I've used tacky glue. I have also used the glue sticks. Those are all really good things to use, and I've used them all. It just depends on the day and what I'm using, what type of stuff I'm working with. Okay, now I love this girl. Is she pretty? I think what I'm going to do is attach these laces together so that they stay together nicely. Yeah, look at she's pretty. So now let's see, what do we have here? Anything else that's gonna... Let's see if of course, Gotta have some dingles. Let's do that. Little bling. Little bling. Let's see if we can just put that underneath here. That would be kind of pretty. Let's do that. Okay. Here. That's kind of nice. Okay, let's see now, what else do we need? I think she's really pretty. I think something coming down might be kind of fun. I love this eyelash. Oh, she's gorgeous. I hope I have more than this on this eyelash trim. I have a summer home in Wisconsin, and in town there is a thrift shop. It's in the equivalent of a Goodwill. They have I have gotten so many incredible things there, and the craft, the idea of the craft. Their craft department is so fun, but you really have to look at what you're going to get, because sometimes, you know, what am I trying to say? Sometimes they have things that you want, they have everything there, and then sometimes you leave and there's not too much there at all. But what I like to do is check out everything very slowly. And they have yarns and stuff. And about a year and a half ago, they had tons of this eyelash trim. I got it in black and pink and multicolor and ivory. The ivory is what I use a lot of, because I use so much of the ivory lace and appliques. So I'm hoping somewhere in my stash I have more, but you know, you never know. But they're hard to make a bow in. So let me just, don't laugh. It's very hard to make a bow with these because you don't know what you're grabbing. So come on, it's got to do it. Okay, so now I have to just adjust. Let me adjust. Yeah, a little bit more. Like this. I think so. Now, where do we want her? I left it extra long because that's not a problem. I can, oh yeah, right on the top. It's the way. Right there is the good place. Yep, it is. So we're going to do this. And then this way it's going to fall down right next to it. There. Now, let me see the length we want. I think it may be about like so. And that should make it nice. So it's hanging just a little bit. And she's gorgeous. So, first one, we got that done. So let's put her on the side for a bit and start something else now. Let's see. Let's do, let's just do, you know what? Let's take some of these little things here and just make some, clusters. Let's just do that because I've got to get these off of my table anyway. So let's just do that. And I'm just going to randomly tear some stuff, you know, and we're going to just make small clusters. And we'll put whatever on there. Let's just do some of those. I've been wanting to do that anyway. Let's just do some of that. Okay. And then here's one here. So we're going to, I like to maybe do a rounded corner here. I'm going to try to use some of the little things that are sitting on my desk, because I've been cutting a lot of little things and just throwing them on the side. So let's do that. And I'm going to put a little bit of vintage photo there. Just give it a little bit of a this and a that. Oh, this isn't good. Let me, you know, I have a habit. Some of these are thicker. This is that, scrapbook paper. So it's a little bit thicker. So let's do this. I wanted to take some of that white that's on there. Okay. So we could do this. We have some music. We can do some music on the corner. We can do that. So we're just going to do random, quick as a bunny kind of things and see what happens, yeah? Okay, let's do that. There. And there. Just like that. And then we're going to take a little bit of, let's get some darker colors in here. Let's see what we got here. Let's do maybe a little bit on here, like that. I mean, when I mean darker colors, you know that I'm not meaning ivory or white. I'm just, you know, I just have such a, that's just my biggest problem is trying to use the real deep colors. Now, I do like super deep colors, like going with black and burgundy. Those I love. But working with like deep blues and I'm scared. I mean, I shy away from those things. So anyway, all right, so now we've got this, or this, or this. And then we can use, so put a picture there. No, I don't want to do that yet. Let's take a doily, this piece that we were going to use on something else, and we can put that there. That would work. And then put another piece of lace or something on top of that. So what is this? This is a piece of it's a piece of like a leaf pattern. No, but then we're still going into that light color. Let's see, we've got this. Let's see here. We can use, that's a pretty, this is a piece of that ribbon that we had taken off before. Let's see if we could use some of that here. Whatever, not all of it, but some maybe. Or should we scrunch it? We could do that. Let's just try to scrunch a little bit there. There. I think that might work. Again, I stuck myself to the side here. Okay. Here. And then this here. And this maybe on the top. I think it's coming together. I think. Goes this way. I think it's coming together somewhat. I've not really made a lot of these clusters. So I'm telling you that now because, you know, I made a lot of other things, but the clusters I haven't done a lot of. So, you know, I don't know. I try to, but then my clusters begin to be huge. So I can't kind of control myself to be, to keep myself in a small capacity. It seems to always get a little way too big for what it needs to be. Let's go this way. And I know I should just control myself a little bit and try to stick with something small, but you know, I'm Italian, everything gets, you know, you have to use a lot of stuff when you're Italian. You got to use a lot. Everything is abbondanza, so. Okay, so let's see where we are from here. I think that might not be bad. So we're going to just tack down that part of that doily, which is so beautiful because that's handmade. Again, I think I said I got it at a estate sale. And let's see if we can put a little bit of this in here. Oh, let's see, where else do we need to tack? A little bit here. Yep. Yeah, it works. A little bit over here. That works too. And what did I do to us? Did I make a mess? Am I still there? Okay. And trim a little. Trim, trim, trim. Yes. And then let's see what we're going to do on this side now. We need to just, yeah, I think so. Let's just do this. Here. I think we're clustering. I do believe. Let's see if we can cluster some more. Let's see. This is really pretty, these leaves. So I'm thinking that would look very pretty there. So let's do that. Okay. It's kind of curly, so I have to work with it. I think I had it in my, with all my other laces and trims, the scraps, and I think it just got scrunched up in there. Okay. There we go. And on the top. There. Okay. Yeah. Now, do we want to use a picture? Let's see. Okay. Behave yourself back there. You know, I've got things piled. You have no idea. Esme, I've been buying from her for after more than 2 years. I love her stuff, and I keep buying like a crazy person. And every time I watch some great things on television with these rock stars that make these junk journals and shabby chic stuff, I say, oh my gosh, I gotta buy that, I gotta buy this, I gotta buy that. And I wind up with way too much in this small room that I have. So that's what goes on in here. So just so you know. And yeah, I have a little piece of this. I'm wondering if I might. So if you hear noises, it's usually that we're gonna have an avalanche. I see these ladies. I love it. They've got the most beautiful crafting rooms. They're so gorgeous. If I had those, I would just sit there forever and just look at them, because I wouldn't want to mess them up. But I come down in my crazy room. This is good for me. I'm loving it. I feel good. I've got everything here. And I'm good. I'm good. So it's what it is. So I think we're almost done with this gorgeous one. And she's a pretty girl. This is so pretty. This was on a postcard that I had gotten a couple of years ago, I think, from something that I bought from Esme's. She was selling the postcards, vintage postcards, and so on and so forth. And there were a couple that were just gorgeous, and I had to get them. And I've made the images smaller and larger, and so I can take advantage of how great. So anyway, I love them. They're just my favorites. So anyway, I think she's beautiful. I think that's a cute thing. Let me see my paper again. Let's see how that would look. Oh, looky her. See, it always looks, this is so easy. So if I wanted to make a quick tag, or if I wanted to make a cover to this, like a little book, I've got already the front of it. How great is that? So let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right. Let's see. What have I got? I also have got, let me see here. Let me look on this, if there's anything that I would like to use. This is all, I guess, maybe homemade paper or something. I got it, I think, at Tapeology, whatever. I did. And it's nice because it has some of it is like handmade paper, and some of it just seems this is really pretty. Oh, I kind of like that. Let me take a piece of this off. use some of this. And then there was something else there that I thought was gorgeous too. This is pretty too. Yes. Yep. Let's take some of this off too. You know, they sent a whole bunch of different varieties of stuff in here, and they're really pretty. All of them are. But there was a piece here. Oh, this is the one I wanted, this embossed one. Let's do that too. Give it a little nice background. Yeah, I like. Okay, let's just do that. Gives us just a little bit of extra here. Yeah. Hey, mate. Now let's see what we're going to do with it. Let me get my, because I, as you can see, I cut beautifully. Let's take this and fix it. Let's see if we can get as much out of this as we could. That's good. Yes, we didn't have to take too much off. Okay, and this we can just cut, I think. I don't know if it'll cut in here. I never tried cutting this. Let's just see. Well, it doesn't. There you go. Okay, so let's see. We had a pink background. Now, let's see. We have a nice purple. Let's just see what we can do with that. I'm going to move some of this on the side. That can be gorgeous. We can use, maybe I can get real bright now and use something like this. Let's see if we could do that. Cut some of this like this. Interesting going, and or okay, you see how I just keep going back to that ivory. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to stick with this. Okay. All right. We're sticking with this. Okay, and let me get this out of the way here. Are you glad it's Friday? This has been a kind of a day for me just to do what I want to do. Tomorrow I'll have my granddaughters come over and they'll stay overnight. There's going to be an estate sale, probably a few miles away from here. I think I want to say maybe about 12 miles away. And what fascinated me about that is that it's in a it says it's a castle. Now, I don't know if it's a castle or not, but that's what it said anyway. So it looks like a castle from the outside, but you know, a lot of these during that real estate collapse, people were building these massive houses that looked like castles, you know, and so maybe that's when this happened. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just curious to go and see, you know. I mean, what can it hurt, right? So let's see what we can. I may go Sunday. That's the last day, and as I've said before, I go the last day on all of these sales because they're usually at least 50% off, if not more. And the nice part of it is that the stuff that I go for, which are the doilies and the old books and stuff like that. People don't go for those. It's very rare. So, and a lot of times these people are crafters, and they have a lot of amazing things. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to go, and we'll see. I'll see how everything goes. I never say anything until I get there, because you just never know. The girls should go home. I think they're going home a little earlier because the little one has some kind of they have a very busy dance schedule. These girls, I'm telling you, they have always got something going on. So they are headed out early, I think, on Sunday morning. So it's kind of nice though for them. They do a lot of wonderful things. My daughter does a lot of stuff with those kids. You know, and my son-in-law a lot too, because he is he's with them a lot, because my daughter's a doctor, and she's working a lot. She's working a lot, and she tries to get involved as much as she can, and she does. But you know, ultimately it's him taking them during the week to all of their music, and to their dance, and to their Girl Scouts, and to all of the good things. He's a den mother. He's such a girl's dad. He makes me so proud. I think of him as my own son. He's a sweet man. He's a good person. He's a great father. Wow, I'm so proud. And I have a son who's just the very best when it comes to taking care of his daughters. I'm so proud of them. You know, they take this very seriously. You know, being a dad, a dad. They take it very seriously. It's not anything that they just brush aside. I mean, God bless them. You know, so I'm very proud of them. So anyway, back to my stuff here. Let's see, what else do we have? This could be pretty. Let's see what this would look like on there. I don't know. It's because it's really stiff. So I'm not sure if I want to use that quite yet. This is a really, really lovely piece of applique. It's a lace trim. It's quite beautiful. And I think that could be very, very pretty there. This way, I'm guessing, would be better. I kind of like to frame. That's how I work a little bit easier if I frame things. Oops, I'm going to frame it that way. That's the wrong way. Okay. So, yeah, when I moved out here, the main purpose of it was to be able to give my daughter and son-in-law just that extra set of hands in case, you know, with them working and so on. They both work a lot of hours, and then here's, you know, I'm very close to them. I'm very about, you know, just maybe barely 5 minutes away, so I can, you know, get to the kids right away and so on. And then they spend every weekend over here. That gives my daughter and my son-in-law a little bit of alone time. They can go and have a nice dinner out, or, you know, and I think that's important. So yeah, so that's what they're doing. So they'll drop the kids off tomorrow, and I'll give them dinner, and then they'll pick them up in the morning after. There's my Charlie. Charlie, where'd ya? Oh, hi, buddy. I was so surprised that he hasn't bothered me yet. So, see, I shouldn't have been thinking about that. Anyway, but so anyway, they'll drop the kids off. I'll give them some dinner. I have a picky one. She's 12, and she's picky. So it's very hard for me to find something that she will eat that the little one and I will eat. The little one will eat anything, which I just, you know, I think that's great. I was like that too as a child. I would eat anything. So, you know, my family didn't have a lot of money, and I had to eat what was there. So that was our situation, you know. And I was an only child, and that was it. Just ate what you ate. So we're going to put this, I think, there. I'm just doing my layering, getting this in. And then I guess the little ones have got stuff going on, parties, or I don't know. I can't keep track of my own stuff. So I feel like I'm always on a need to know with them. They let me know what I need to know. And that's it. So Monday we've got more things going on with different band performances and orchestra performances and dance performances and all kinds of stuff going on next week. So yeah, so that will be that. That's nice. Let's see here. What else? Let's see. I have some of this. I got this from Michael's, and I'm not sure how much I like it. It just doesn't seem, you know, sometimes you get, oh, this doesn't look bad. Sometimes you get stuff that seems very neat and perfect. This one seems to be a little bit more shabby than I'm used to, but I think it will serve its purpose here. So I think we're going to use some of it, so I need to get to using some of it here. Okay, we'll move this to the side. I'm going to put this up here. Okay. Here. We still didn't put the main attraction there, but I'm waiting because I wanted to get everything the way I wanted it first. So there. Now, I think I may want to put a little gauze for contrast in between. Let's try it and see. That's the only way we'll know. Right there. Yeah. See? See how pretty is that? Oh, I like it. So let's do that. It's that little pop of color, I think, that makes it just look nice. Don't you think? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, see how pretty? And then I can take my little folder thing out again, and to put that on there would make a really, really, really pretty. Now you know what? I always do this, don't I? I think I would like to put. I had some of this. Here we go. Little bit of this on the side of the maybe the bottom here to go down. Yeah. Just on the bottom. I really love this eyelash trim. Oh gosh, I love it. I love it because it adds such texture. But it's really hard to tie a bow, let me tell you. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Let's do this. Very carefully. All right. Well, I lost that one. Okay, come on. You could do this. No, I got it. Okay. Let me take this one down because you can't see. I mean, it's almost lost it again. Yep. Let's try again. Because you can't see at all what you're doing. And I'm telling you, my eyes are not the greatest. I need a new pair of glasses. And there's been so many things that have had to step in the way of that. I have things that need to be done in Wisconsin. I have a house out there that needs work, and it's being done, I think, as we speak. So, anyway, yeah, let's kind of do it off in the angle. Oh, she's just gorgeous. Yeah. And then something nice could be in that corner. Let me see if I could find something nice for that corner. I know I have something here. I do. I just have to find it in my mess. Oh, and I see these wonderful rock stars out there. That's what I call them because they're so good at what they do. They are so organized. God bless them. Ay. You know, I know this is crazy. My house is very organized. The house is neat and clean, but when I'm working on something, I'm just all over the place. Just all over the place. And it looks really, I can't find nothing. So I know over here I had an applique, and I'm trying to find it. And I probably won't be able to because, gosh, it just disappeared. Oh, wait. I found it. Okay. All right. Just thinking. Nah, I don't think so. It's just way too heavy it's just way too heavy. Yes. Sorry about that, babe. Okay. I think it's had enough. I do think. I think it's had enough. Unless we want to put this piece here, which we may do to balance it out a little bit. Let's do that. Because I'm going to be looking at it and saying this doesn't look right. Okay, let's put this right about there. And that'll do it. Yeah. There you go. Okay. And how about some pearls? I do have those hiding. And I'm thinking that a couple pearls would never hurt anything. Let's see where they would work. Maybe in that corner. Yes, they would. I think. Let's do it. So I'm going to run the pearls along there and pull off what I don't need. There we go. See if I put that right down to the end and get my little scissors and cut right there. That's all. Okay. I think it's what I want. I love it. So that is what we've got for that one. So let's put these on the side and go to the next one. Okay, let's see. Now, what color do we want? Oh, I've got some of this stuff too. This is kind of nice. Got that. Got this. Let's see, what does this look like with this? Oh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, it is. Woo-wee. Let's try it. I like that. Okay, let's try that. Because look at what we got here. We've got some interesting brown, and I like that. So I'm going to just give this a little bit more of a distressing. Yeah. I don't think we really need any in the back. Okay. I'm going to put that on here like so. And I'm going to cut this off. Okay. And this is handmade from that company, I guess. So you're going to see some, it's not going to be perfect. But I'm going to, let's do this in such a way that we can get rid of some of this frayed stuff like that. There we go. That's better because this way I don't have to be worrying about that falling apart on the ends. And I'm going to just give it a little bit of a rough cut. There we go. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Perfect. Nice. Now let's see, what have we got? Let's see, this is a really pretty, but it may be too heavy for this. something new. I don't want to cover this completely up because it's maybe something a little bit too heavy. So let me see if I can find something lighter. And I always resort back to some of the same things because they're lightweight, as this one is here. Here, let's see. I'm just... Let's take this off. Excuse me. My little light, I bumped it. I had to have this extra light because when I start to do my videos downstairs, it's dark. I feel like I'm in a tunnel. And I have this one here that I do, and then this is the extra one that I work on, and lighting has been an issue. So I hope that at least you get to see at least something. Like I said, I'm just beginning. I have a long way to go, and so just bear with me. Bear with me. Okay, let's see. What have we got here? Oh, let's try something. This is I wonder if we could do it this way, so that on the back you have the mail. Yes. Let's do that, but I think I'm going to still do the corners. Okay, that's good. Okay, yes, and a little bit of distress. I know this is I have craft cardstock, which is great stuff. I mean, it is nice. And sometimes I'll just sit upstairs and just work in my kitchen, bring this up and just cut, So I love doing that. Maybe that's way too. Let me see here. Yeah, could work. Okay. Let's do that. Trying to make something interesting. I'll see. Okay. And there. Yeah, let's see here. We can use this like so. So we're getting some ideas. And we can use this too. But I think that's too small. So let's see what we got with this. Okay, let's look. Oh, wait. This is too white. Just a second here. I have this. Let me cut a piece of this off. Yes, let me check this out. Let me see. This came off of I don't know, something that I got at Goodwill. I kind of like that bottom a lot. I do. I think that I should, because I'm here with a scissor. I should take some of this out on the bottom. Ooh, and it leaves some little polka dots. Ooh, can use that on something else. Okay, let's just try. Okay, let's try. Okay. Here. So we can, let's see if we want to scrunch or not. I like to scrunch things up a little bit, so let's do that. Let me do that. You know, I don't like the straight look. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. There we go. Like that. Got a little bit of this off on the end. Cut some of this off here because it's just not needed. Okay, and now we have this and this. And we have this in the back. Let me see what is interesting here. I don't know if I want to scrunch a little of this. Maybe I do. Let's try it. Can't hurt. I have this sari silk. Let me just take a nice bunch of it and see if we can scrunch a little bit on this side and see what it does. Can't hurt. Yeah. And you know, peach and brown go together so pretty, I think. Okay, and then we can get rid of this, for the moment anyway, and get back to this. Now, this really kind of looks pretty there. That coloring is much nicer. Now, do I really want that brown? Now I'm wondering. Yeah, I think so. Why not, right? You gotta do what you gotta do. So let's do this. I'm gonna put this down here, like so. That's fine. There. And this is so thin that everything you glue just goes, it'll glue it right down. So I'm not worried about that. There's our thing in the back there, which is kind of cute. So now let's see what we want to do here. So let me just continue on. And let's see how this would look here. And this can go like there. And then this can go here. See, we're putting a little bit more of that peach color in. That's what I want to do, is just get a little more of that peach in there. Let's see here. I think so. Here we go. And this, let's see which is the right side. I want it to hang off a little bit there. Good. Now, before I get to this, there might be a better way. So let's continue. We have this smaller one, Nah. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty. That's the wrong color. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see here. I have these. Let's see if I couldn't find something in here. This is it's from the Paper Studio. And I always buy when they're half price. I don't just buy there. Let me see if I can find something in a peach color that looks pretty. Let's see, give it a chance. It's got a lot of purple. And no, not what I was looking for. Nope, not what I'm looking for. So goodbye. So let's do something else. Now let me see. I do have those pictures of little people. Little people, I guess you'd call them. Little pictures of big people. Okay, here they are. Let's see if there's something better. There always could be something better. Let's see. She can be pretty. Uh-huh. I like her. She's pretty. There's that one. That's more peach. She's got more character. Let me look. It's another one with a lot of peach, but she doesn't show up very well. I think I like that one. So let's work with her. Again, I'm going to use my corner cutter. Whoop. Okay. There. Yeah. So, now, let's see, I've got to have something else. I must. Let's see what I've got in my bag of tricks back here. Let's see, we've got this to go on there. And, oh, don't have that much that I thought I had for this. Ay. Well, I do like her for sure. She's going to go there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some nice, and this is nice too. Let's just put this behind her. Let's do this. Possibly. Or maybe this. No, that's not the right color. Let's see if we can find something else that we can use. Did you ever get these days where you just think you've got it all under control and it just isn't there? So let's try this. It's another piece of knitting. And we'll kind of give that a little bit of a shot. Now, if you hear that noise, that's Charlie. He's trying to get my attention. Yeah, that's all. I'll put this down here because we're going to use that. And I'm going to set her there. She's very pretty. Yeah, I hear you, babe. I hear you. But I don't want you to come here because Mommy's got the glue gun on. Again. And you'll get burned. We don't want to do that. Mommy loves you too much. That's starting to look nice. It seems like we're missing something, though. I'm not sure. We had this. I wonder, here's what I might do. Let me do this. to use this. Let's see here if we couldn't just, not easy to cut a circle with or an oval with these scissors. But let's see what we can do to make it a little smaller, and hopefully it'll fit into place a little bit better. Let's try it. Do this. Give it some nice distressing. And maybe that might look nice. Yes, I think so. And she's going to have this here. Let's do this. Put that down here. I think we're just going to use one strand. Okay. Let's do that. There. Perfect. Okay. There. Now, that other piece here, but I want to put something in back of it, like maybe that. That might work. That might work. Just to give it a little bit of, you know, so it's not just right up against that brown. Like this maybe, and put this here. Okay. Yeah. I could live with that. Yeah, I could. Okay, let's do this. Yes. There. Okay, let's get this down into place. And over here. And get this guy down. And he'll, in fact, bring that lace down to connect, so I don't have to get all of it. There. Now where does that leave us? Well, it gives us something kind of cute. I think so. I do. You know, it's interesting, yeah. And on the back side is this, you know, stamp for the postcard. That's kind of cute. You could just tuck that into something. I think that works. So let's see if there's anything else that we want to do to... Yeah, why not? I'm going to just do this because I don't like the way that torn piece is. There. Let's just put a little bit of this here. It's just a piece of netting, wide hold netting. There, right there. And now we need to put something in the middle of it because I would like to see something in the middle of it. So, ooh. I have some buttons. Went to no, these I got from Esme, from Crafty Me. That's what they're from. So let's see if I could find something that looks interesting to go on here. Let's see. It came with a bundle of stuff that I had bought. I see. Yeah, it couldn't look nice, I think. I have to take the back off of it. It's just got plastic backing. You know, oh, let me see this one. Or has this got, might have some beads missing? Let's see. Let me look. Oh, it does. That's not going to work. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, she's pretty. So we want that one, or that one, that one, or that one. I like the one with a little bit of gold in it. So let's take that back off. Let me get my old scissors here. Take this off. Okay. This way it'll lay flat. And we'll do this. And put that right there. So I think that does it. Yeah. Okay, so now let's see what we did. I'm gonna move this mess of mine out of the way. And we've got this. And we have this one. Give you some room here. We have her. She's darling. Look at that. And we have that one. And we have this nice big one here. This one I'm just not as happy with. So, I don't know. It's okay. I just think it needs something else. I'm not happy with it. I guess maybe this is too bright for me. I don't know. But nevertheless, it's done. But these just stole my heart. I just love them so much. And earlier I was down here and I did make some others. These are when I thought that I was talking to you and wasn't. So there's that one. There's this one that I loved. And there's this one. And then there's this one. She's just kind of dark and moody. I love it. And then there's this one. So all in all, I was able to get some things done today. I'm hoping that you enjoy these. Just, bear with me, give me time. It does take me a while to do stuff. I'm not as sure of myself. Once I get started, I can usually get something accomplished. That's not the problem. But, all these things take a little time. And if you stayed with me through this whole thing, God bless you, because this was, a lot of time, but I so appreciate it. And if you like what I do, please subscribe and like the video. I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow this. This is really an important step in my life, and I really want to share what I know with you. And as I have said before, I have worked with florals, with bridal, with Victorian. I've done so much of that in my life. I have worked on crafts since I was a little girl, and I'm now a grandmother of 5 girls. So, understand that it's something I've been doing in between working a full-time job. Of course, you can't have the things you want to work with unless you're working and could afford everything too, with bills and so on. So anyway, such is life. But if you, as I said, please join me again. I hope that I'll see you again. I hope that you stop by. I appreciate all of you out there. And as I've always said, take care of yourself, take care of your family, hold them close. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you.